Hey folks, Russell here at the shop on the docket today. We got an 03 TJ. We're going to be doing the transmission mount and replacing both motor mounts. We're not using original OE spec replacements. The transmission mount is going to be a energy suspension unit, and the motor mounts are from Brown Dog. Motor mounts are from Brown Dog Motors. I'll put a link in the description, all the parts, and we're going to get started. Alright, so we got the Jeep up. We've already pulled the nuts for the transmission mount. Now we're going to pull this whole skid plate. As you can see, we've got the transmission jack in place to keep everything from coming out of the way. So we pull this skid plate out, and then we can change that mount. Right it up just a touch so it'll clear. For decommissioning every tools.
I like that.
Well, this ratchet was actually part of an armament set for the Cobra. Decommissioned the Cobra, so they're just throwing stuff away.
Oh boy.
So,
You know,
because government waste, yeah.
push all the helicopters.
I've had Snap-on rebuild it like twice now. Yeah, I still got the 270 in.
So I have that console that's in there from whatever, from wherever. Yeah, it's a high dollar, $400.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the console or something, but I have to like ram the stick all the way to the right, shove it to the back.
It's because the transfer case is lowered.
Okay.
So the fix, the proper fix, if you're going to re-gear, do the tail shaft shortening as well.
So if I do the tail shaft shortening, I can delete this drop kit.
Yep.
And then rotate my rear end.
You might not need to rotate it.
Re-angle it.
You'll have to get a custom drive shaft. Usually it comes with the kits many times. Like on my Jeep, I've got custom woods drive shafts, but I just bought standard drive shafts for CJ7, because if you're only lifting 2.5 to 3 inches on a CJ7, you don't need to lengthen the drive shafts. They're long enough already. But when you do the tail shaft shortening, what it does, you see how you have the double cardigan up here?
Yeah.
You have one of those at the other end as well. And so then, yeah, what you end up having to do is turn this so that the drive shaft's coming straight out. So now this is where you get the help. We're gonna pull that. Alright, she's free. All right. Yeah, right. just leave it the way it is. We'll plug all this back up when we put it back in. When we do the tail shaft shortening and lift it, that'll be when you clean all this wiring up, because you'll be back flush.
I'm not here for me before then, because this is
A little froggy. Yeah, this is kind of whack. All right, those are 14s, I believe.
This looks way taller.
Be all right. No, it's about the same.
Okay, I see, because they made up the difference from
Yep.
this. I don't have anxiety, if you can't tell. I'm always waiting for
All right, so skid plate's out of the way. Now we can pull the transmission mount. Go figure. You. Really?
Yeah, I don't like the way that looks anyways.
It's just old, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sorry about this at all.
No. Putting a poly transmission out in these is
It doesn't look like it's directional.
It is not directional. Yeah, it's not a Cherokee. Let's make sure. Make sure it doesn't say front anywhere. Nope. And made in the USA.
Front towards enemy.
Yeah, front towards enemy. Oh, and I have a two. Yeah.
So this is my slave right here, right?
Yeah, that's your slave.
And the master goes there. Okay, that's not hard. Guarantee you that sound up here was the exact That's how you look.
All right. Hold what you got. Right? Glad I didn't. Ow! Fuck. Glad I didn't ride this morning. It's fine. Hold what you got.
I don't want to see the threads on that shit.
Huh? It's not gonna do anything.
I'll let little pokey looky. Ow. I'm hoping I hit the same spot 5 or 6 more times. It's almost touching on this side over here.
Huh?
It's almost touching on this side over here.
Yeah.
Without the pucks in. Fuck you. Fuck. Looks like the rubber duck can pull. That was a mess. I hope the angle of the transmission isn't just jerking off the motor mount like that. Probably needs a little more. Just put rock set on everything and then take it to a mechanic. This one's messed up too. Okay. They just go up through my floorboard?
Yep. There's a capture one here.
Okay. So it's just a bolt into a capture nut that's welded?
Yep. Yeah. You say that now.
Alignment issues?
Well, yeah, if you try to do them all at once, tub off,
One at a time.
do one at a time.
Yeah.
But it's corrosion. Now, at this point, they'll probably come out.
Yeah, I don't have much rust problems.
So, everything on Jeep is going well, I say that within reason. All right, new trans mounts in. We're gonna drop the Jeep and start working the motor mounts. All right, so doing the motor mounts. For doing the Brown Dog mounts, they recommend to remove the entire mount assembly off the engine block for the driver's side. So we've got floor jack up underneath the oil pan with a block of wood on it, jacked it up a little bit. We've already removed it out and replaced the old mount with the new Brown Dog mount. We'll do the same thing for the other side, but on the other side we don't have to remove the block mounting piece, just the mount that goes to the chassis. All right, after much consternation and dealing with the fact that this vehicle has a transfer case drop system in it, which has caused the motor mounts and the engine and everything to be kind of wonky, we finally got the passenger side mount installed as such. Now all we got to do is put the Jeep back up, realign the transmission and transfer case into its mount, and torque everything down, and we'll be done. So let's take a look at the finished product here. So it's the Brown Dog Offroad.com classic polyurethane engine mounts. I'll put a link in the description, like I said, to the part numbers that we used on this TJ, as well as part numbers for next day. Actually, you know what? I'll just put a link to their website. So let's take a look at the other side. It's a little bit harder to get to and see. Once again, they recommend removing the block side mount on the driver's side when doing this one. And the passenger side, you just remove the mount itself. As I said before, because this vehicle has a transfer case drop kit in it, that may created some problems with aligning everything up. So we ended up completely removing the bolts or nuts for the transmission mount and being able to shift and work it around a little bit to finally get that passenger side bolt all the way through and torqued in. As far as tightening torque goes, per Brown Dog, the bolts in the block are torqued to spec. The motor mount bolt, through bolt, is just tight. It says tight, that's it. And then the transmission mount bolts are 40 foot-pounds. If you like this content, go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell icon for future notifications. And as always, there's more to follow.